Going to share with you a powerful technique that will help you either survive a crisis or thrive in an environment. And that technique is, I called it for this video, if this, then that. So we're recording it in 2020 in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Businesses are shut down everywhere, including mine. And what I want to do right now is figure it out. Figure out how to navigate this. So what do? I go back into my past and I say, where have I figured it out? What has been like this situation for me? And for me, it was when I was 13 years old. My dad had an anhydrous ammonia accident due to no fault of his own, but he breathed in anhydrous ammonia. He was in the hospital for 30 days, nearly died. And everything was on me for the farm work. And my dad was kind of a perfectionist, so he didn't like to have anybody else do the tractor work. So I hadn't done any tractor work. I'd just done physical labor, milking cows, pulling weeds in the soybean fields, baling hay, etc. So I had to figure out how to drive the tractor. I had to figure out how to drive a straight row with a cultivator so that we could cultivate the crops and it pulls the weeds out, but I didn't cultivate all the corn out. So I had to figure all of that out, and I had to do it right away, and I had to make it all work, and all the responsibility was on me. And it happened. I figured it out. We got it done, and eventually my dad got better and got back on the farm. But so I go back to a time in my life when I figured it out. So because if I figured it out then, I can figure this out now. So I anchor myself to that time because I was successful in that time. I figured it out, so I can figure it out now. If there's something I'm doing that I don't want to quit on, but it feels like I might want to quit, then I go back to my past, my childhood particularly, and I say, when did I not quit? When was I really successful in not quitting? And I think of a time when in football practice, the coach decided to put everybody up against the best running back in a one-on-one thing. So all the other players were in a line. It was the running back, and it was one guy that was his job to tackle him. So nobody else could tackle the guy. And when it came my turn, I hit him at the waist, got a hold, but he's really strong, one of the best running backs in the state. So I gradually slid down to his thigh, and then I slid down to his lower leg, and he kept going. And then I slid down to his foot, and then he was carrying me for 10 yards before the coach would blow the whistle with his cleats going into my belly. But the point was, I didn't quit. I remember the cleats going into my belly. I didn't quit. So if I get in a place in life where I don't want to quit, I go back to that. I anchor myself and I say, if that, then this. If I didn't quit then, I don't have to quit now. So you can anchor yourself like that. And you can anchor yourself even with objects. I anchor myself with my car, believe it or not, because it's a white car. It reminds me of going out in blizzards when I was a kid to milk the cows, to literally risk my life to get the job done. And if I could do that then I can work like crazy now to accomplish whatever my goals are. If that, then this. Use that technique in your life. No matter where you are in life, you don't have to be a business owner to use this technique. You can be in any position, any place in life, and use this technique. So just go back to your childhood particularly, or early adult life, and figure out when you were successful at something you want to be successful at, and anchor yourself to that. Mentally review that and say to yourself, if this, then that. This will change your life. I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined.